We're the voices of experiencers, and we are the experiencers of extraterrestrials. Just what's out there in the abyss, in the darkness of the unknown. It's time for disclosure and it's time for truth, because what lies in the darkness brings powerful transformation. We're the bridge between two different worlds, with one foot in this reality and one in the next. The shift is here, along with profound integration. Just who are extraterrestrials and what are their plans? It's time to find out with the Voices of Contact.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
It's been a while.
Been a long time.
Yeah. Good to see y'all.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good. Busy. Busy.
Yep, busy and hanging in there.
We're on the edge of our
It's
seats for
like-
sure.
It's been way too long.
I
Yeah,
know I
how
miss
long
you.
has
I
it
miss
been?
those. I miss all these spaces on my screen.
Well, last month we ended up missing. We got hit by all those storms, and
Yeah.
we just couldn't do it.
Well, that almost
Yeah.
happened this month too, didn't it? If it had been last week, we would have been SOL.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And
Well,
Or
Lee
even later
says-
this week.
Lee says, "Hail, hail! The gang's all here." It's been a while. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, we're still dealing with the flooding.
Us too.
I mean, it's sunny and it's nice out, but you know the water is really high. And we were talking earlier. You know, Wisconsin's a mess too. I didn't
We are a
realize
mess.
that. Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
lost to school today.
Don't blink your eye. It'll change.
We lost at school the other day, but
Oh, okay.
that was like the last round, and it was like weird because today we were supposed to have all this dry weather, and I was sitting here and I thought, my God, it's getting dark out. Why is it so dark out? Maybe rain's coming, Dana. But all of a sudden I'm hearing thunder, and my cat's looking at me like, not again.
Oh,
And we had, I guess it was worse. They had hail not too far up the road from here. And I'm like, come on,
Yeah.
stop. And I guess
hail?
Thursday there's another bunch that we could get too. And I'm like, I'm done. Tired
Yeah,
of living.
definitely. I would say Wisconsin and Indiana's been getting it too. But in Michigan, I've been probably the three states that have got hammered all winter and
Yeah.
all spring here. Yep.
yep.
Well,
So,
we're not in a drought. I guess we can look
oh
at
God,
it.
no. I mean,
Yeah.
we got a
Opposite
big
drought.
dam out here. It looks like Niagara Falls. I mean, it's just nonstop. So,
It's weird. But anyway.
but anyway, here we are. Voices of Contact.
Yay.
I
So what
have
do
a
we-
really good one. And so I will give a little bit of a hint. This person is a friend of ours.
Okay.
I promised not to give names, but so he's well aware, so hopefully he'll be listening in. This was very interesting, only because you would have just never pictured an experiencer, especially a lifelong experiencer, because this person's always been just kind of laid back, going with the flow, and just quiet about this aspect. And so he wanted to do a regression and go back to a time where he had just come back from school, from college. He was 18, 19 years old. And he woke up in the middle of the night and there was two extraterrestrials standing beside his bed. So I'll play the first one for you guys. Just come back home and you woke up in your bed and there was two extraterrestrial type beings standing around you. So we're there now. Look around for me and describe what you see for me.
I open my eyes. I feel a slight pain between my eyes. I look down, I could see the light from the bathroom coming from across the hallway. And then I see my feet at the end of the bed. It's very hard to move. Not quite paralyzed, but I can't really move.
Why
Is
is
it-
it hard for you to move?
I feel like there's like an energy holding me down, like something pressing down on me. But I don't feel the pressure from the bed on my back. It was almost like I feel like I was floating. It looked like I was floating.
My face. I was thinking he's going to say he's levitating, and then he said it, and I was like, no. Sorry, guys.
Say it's not so.
Well, okay.
It's a very classic case,
Did he happen to mention, or is that coming up, what kind of ET he was seeing? Or is that an
further
upcoming-
down the clips?
Okay,
He'll start to describe them.
Well, I found myself in the same position at one point when I was a young, newly married woman in my bedroom at night, and there were two also grays at the foot of my bed, and my husband at the time was laying right next to me, sound asleep. And when I first saw them, I had this immediate terror sweep over me, and popped up in bed. And then as soon as I thought to myself, please don't touch me, the terror went away. So I'm curious if he experienced something similar to that. Like where you're feeling this terror and all of a sudden it just goes away. And,
Do you guys remember when Bill Concolensi said that he has experiences, and if three showed up, he said there might have been trouble. He didn't like that. There was something going on.
I thought it was the opposite, that he was comfortable if there were three, but if there were less or more, that made him nervous.
Oh, well, something like that. It's been so long since we did his.
And it does seem like most people encounter three.
Really?
So
yeah,
what
hear
does
that
it
a lot.
mean if there's three? Do you remember what he said?
No, I don't. But it's classic. You wake up in bed, and there they are, right?
I think he I think I remember what you said. I remember him saying that, RJ, and I think it was he knew that if there was more than two, he was going to be going somewhere.
Okay.
Like that
That's
was
right.
by the numbers, he could tell if they were coming to take him, or
Okay.
if they were just coming to make contact.
Right.
You'd have to ask them personally, but I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's classic. You've had that same thing happen to you, Deb, and you wake up. But now, let me ask you this, Deb. In your experience, did you try to wake up your husband?
Not until after they left. I mean, yeah, because I basically couldn't really move much.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as they backed up and popped out, and I began to move again, the first thing I did was reach over and punch him in the back and say, "Charlie, wake up!" And he did not wake up. And then weird part about it was, after trying to wake him up and unsuccessfully, I just slid back down under the sheets and went right to sleep, which also makes zero sense, but it is what I did.
Yeah, I think Michael Carter, when he had his experience, he was with somebody. They were in the bed, and they couldn't wake him up. They had to put him out or something, so they couldn't wake up during that experience. And later on, he asked, "Did you remember anything that's going on?" And not really.
Yeah. When I told Charlie, I said, I tried to wake you up last night. You're not going to believe what happened. And then I told him, he's like, yeah, you're right. I don't believe. Then he asked
I
me.
mean, he
He
didn't
asked
know
me-
about your past with it, or
Well,
didn't really.
Not that much. It wasn't like we
Not that
talked
much.
that much about it. And 83 hadn't happened yet. This was back in like 78 or 79.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
So, but yeah, and his first remarks were, what did you have for dinner last night? Because whatever it is, don't eat it again. Apparently it didn't agree with you, which annoyed me. So I said,
Yeah, of course.
and called my mother because she always listened.
Yeah, there's this thing about you eat certain foods, you're gonna have weird dreams. But I don't know about that.
I don't think so.
Nah.
It's more likely I got a visit from aliens than it was
Right.
what something
Yeah.
I ate.
Mhm.
I'm
Right.
just saying.
Right.
It was that frozen burrito from that gas station. It must have been that.
A gas station sushi. Don't eat that.
No, no.
So now he said that he felt he was paralyzed, but yet he couldn't feel any pressure, right?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, he also felt like he was floating, like he was levitating.
Just like just right off of the bed, or like floating up somewhere, like he was going away.
In the next clip, he'll talk more about that, because I do ask that question to kind of, get clarification of what he means. The one thing that I notice is he doesn't seem freaked out or scared.
Yep.
It just is what it is.
Yeah. I could sense some confusion, but that's
It's
quite
alien
normal.
anesthetic to make you calm down so they can do what they need to do. Sorry.
Well, I'll start playing the next one, and just start listening closely to the way he words his descriptions. Okay, so give me one moment. It looks like I'm floating.
I feel I see spots around the room that would normally be I would be lower with. I feel like I'm higher than the bed
Okay.
by the way I'm looking around, but I can't move my head a lot. I can see from the corners of my eyes and only up.
What's the pain in your forehead coming from?
It's very centralized, like something entering and exiting my forehead, like energy.
Can you
Not-
see anything around you that would be causing it?
No, I keep getting two different point of view. I'm looking up and I can see it looks like shadows of two people. I can't see I can't see details of their face, just the outer shape of their heads and shoulders. But I keep seeing down on me, like I was on the ceiling looking down, or
Ooh.
I almost feel like I'm the one looking down on myself, like I'm one of them, or I don't know. It goes back and forth. I look up and see them. I look down and I see myself.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do is, on the count of 3, we're going to move into the second view where you're looking down on yourself. And with that, there's going to be light, and you'll be able to see clearly what those two shadows are. Then I want you to tell me what you see. On the count of 3, we're going to be there. 1, 2, 3. What do you see?
Mary. I want to hear more of that.
Yeah.
We will. We will.
Sounds like he was out of his body, and maybe
Out of
that,
body experience. Yeah.
yeah, maybe that pain in his forehead was like where he was still attached to his body, that part of his
cord
energy,
site.
whatever they call it.
Cord. And the cord.
The etheric cord, maybe.
Silver cord, yeah.
But yes, there does sound like an out of body experience.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys. I'm feeling a lot of emotion with this.
I don't know what I'm feeling about this. I mean, it's like fascinating to me more than scary, but at the same time, it didn't happen to me.
Well, yeah.
That I know of.
When I was like, a lot of my experience when I was like 8 or something, in my room, that's all I saw. I just saw the shadows walking around. You know, they were just a little bit taller than me, but I couldn't make out details in the face. And I'd cover my head up. I could feel them walk on my bed. And I could hear whispers, like just all kinds of whispers inside my head. Like they were talking about something. But yeah, I can relate to that, not seeing any details on the face and just a figure.
I'm just trying to, my mind automatically tries to analyze everything I hear and see, and I draw on my own experiences and the things that I've heard from other people, being an investigator for so many years, and try to, I'm trying to figure her out, or, you know, I'm trying to jump ahead of the story a little bit to see, like I'm trying to project myself 5 minutes from now to see the rest of the story. I don't know how to explain it.
Well,
As an experiencer, you're trying to fill in the blanks with your own experiences. I think being able to come from that perspective is actually really cool.
Because I was always told my what sounds to me like what I'm hearing him say, not so much the levitation part. Well, that's not true because there was one time, but is like what people I was told were night terrors or sleep paralysis. But you know how you're always like, I know what I saw. I know what happened to me. But, you know, everybody's like, it's just sleep paralysis or this and
I've
that.
had sleep paralysis. I've had that a couple of times. Woke up during a nightmare and couldn't move. I was like paralyzed. And I was trying to make myself scream and only managed to get this guttural out, you know, freak out my husband. But I didn't see any aliens in my room, and I didn't see him floating boxes to me and stuff. So to me, that's two different things, because I've experienced both, and neither one is like the other.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I agree, Deb, that, you know, night terror, I mean, it's terrible, but it is totally different than an experience.
Mine was just presence that was sitting on the bed or pushing me down into the mattress. It was not anything I saw. It was, I knew it was there, and I couldn't, and I didn't think I was asleep because I've been an insomniac since childhood. So it's kind of resonating with me because that's my experience. I'm not saying that was alien experience, but.
And that's like, you know, he did say he saw an alien, quote unquote, right? Or what he thinks is an alien. Because if he was having this experience and he didn't particularly see anything, you know, that was like that, it could be other things. It doesn't have to be an extraterrestrial. It could be some kind of spirit stuff, or energy, or an interdimensional, or some other kind of thing. So the fact that he said he saw aliens, that's, you know,
it's important, more definitive to us what that is. Yeah.
You remember in the very beginning, he said he saw spots, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I saw light. Yeah.
And sometimes I've been told by whoever that sometimes we're only able to perceive them as little balls of light,
Mhm.
depending upon where our perception of them, where they are at the time. So
Right.
there's that.
Well, I'm gonna knock on wood because it's my sleep paralysis finally stopped in my 40s.
Oh, yay.
My sleep paralysis or whatever it was.
Knock on wood.
I really don't want to revisit that now that I'm discussing it today. So I'm just gonna zip a lip.
Yeah. Well, we all know it's common for them to sort of paralyze us.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That happens in many, many cases. I've had it happen to me.
Yep.
And it does feel, it is kind of different from the sleep thing. That is also associated with, paranormal encounters. But with his tone, with what he has said,
The fact that he saw them.
yeah, I really feel like this is an ET encounter. He just feels very believable to me.
Right.
Definitely.
Oh, definitely. He
Yeah.
sounds believable.
Yeah, and for some reason, I just, and I do this with a few of them, I just get that emotional bond of some sort with certain experiencers. And I think it's, as an experiencer, we sense that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Your empath kicks in.
Right. But it's as an experiencer.
Well, that's we're all wild like that, I think.
Yeah.
You're just really, for one, you're really good at picking up on, what other people are thinking and feeling. But like two, you could, as he's moving through it, you can feel him. He's very confused, like as to what he's seeing. And so as the experiencer, we're processing that in our brain of what he must be thinking while he's processing it and talking about what he's seeing at the same time. That is an emotional roller coaster, even when you are ready to open the can of worms, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So the next one, talk more about the light that is beaming into his forehead. Let's see.
Up, but not directly at me. I see a red spot of light beaming down onto my forehead, like in between my eyes. I look like I'm a few inches above my bed. I'm not floating high in the air, but I see my hands in front of me as I'm looking down. I hear like a whispering, but I can't understand it from whatever's standing next to me. But we never make eye contact. We're always looking down.
What do you mean by we never make eye contact? We're always looking down.
So whatever I'm standing next to, we don't look at each other while this talking is happening, or this low whisper. But I can hear it.
I wonder if that light he sees when he looks up is a part of him, his energy, either coming back or going somewhere. Just that thought popped in my head while I was listening.
Mhm.
And the graphics. I love your graphics. Your graphics are
Yeah, those are
fabulous.
good graphics, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was trying to keep it simple. So
Good
thank
work.
you. Did you guys catch how he was slipping back and forth between being one of them and
Yeah.
being the person on the table?
Yes.
He continuously is back and forth, and that's what I find like really, really interesting.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, and he seemed to just know the rules. You don't look at each other while there's talking going on. So how would he know that unless either he was
One of them.
one of them or yeah.
I think
Or
he's
been there
a-
before.
Mm-hmm.
we know you're one of them. I'm kidding.
Who, me?
But
No,
yeah, I
me.
mean, it feels very much to me that he's here for a reason in this way,
Mm-hmm.
but he's actually from there.
Mhm.
That's just me, but he feels different. He feels different than a lot of other ones I've heard.
Mhm.
It does feel very, very different. I was excited about this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Yeah. It feels very authentic. And the emotion in there, yeah, you just you can't fake that.
No.
You can't.
And I'm curious. I'm looking forward to getting a chance to talk to him to see if anything else has popped up. You know, any more weird dreams, any more, even if it's something small, because things, the spiritual things and those little activations, they come when you least expect it with places you're not looking, right? And so I'd be curious if anything else has popped up for him just to see what else he's remembered.
Right.
So
So
much
has he only had the one regression, Mary?
just the one.
Do you know if he plans to follow through?
I'm not sure if he plans on doing any more to see. Sometimes it takes people, they're better off processing it. I feel actually for like a year to really figure out, anytime you go through any kind of evolution or growth, I think really it takes a full year to integrate it.
Mhm.
But hopefully, because I think there's a lot more to his experience than just the first initial one.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I mean, it definitely sounds like he's had either a lot of contact or yes, he in fact is part of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, that makes you wonder how long he's known, what's coming for him, what his mission is, because obviously he has one.
Yep. It's definitely time for him to start delving into it and figuring it out. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like there's
And
a
this
lot
happened.
there.
This happened about age 18.
Yes. So I would
And
say,
Is he over 30 now? I'm just trying to get a
definitely.
timeline.
I would say it's probably at least 25 years ago.
Okay, I'm just
Wow.
trying to. Not that it matters that much, but I'm just curious. Like,
Well,
if he
it
was a
gives you an idea because we do.
Well,
we can,
yeah, and
there is a grouping. If there is a pattern of experiencers.
right.
And their experiences, not of experiencers, but we've said it before, right? How many times have you get, well, I wish they would have been that nice to me. But, people who are in their 60s and 70s, their experiences are much different than people that are in their 30s and 40s. It's a whole different. And I think that's why you hear him kind of laid back, not shaky, like, freaking out what's happening to me, is because it's a different feel.
Because that's OG took one for the team.
I was going to say Betty and Bernie Hill, and
They did a bunch of
Travis
junk to
Walton.
us that they don't need to do
Probably, yeah.
now because they got what they needed from the old
now they
people.
have alien anesthesia.
I'm just kidding.
Calm
Maybe. I don't
down.
know.
You're fine. Shh.
We'll have to get you
Yeah.
guys like OG shirts.
Did you miss
There you
me?
go.
And my
Get a
mouth.
badge. Get him an actual badge. It says it on there.
OG.
Interesting stuff.
Mhm.
I don't. That's
Yeah,
just me.
I don't either.
No, absolutely not.
That's
It's a whole different feel.
popular. That's a popular thing I've been hearing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
I don't agree
I
with
had
it
to
at all.
put it up only because I've been seeing this all over Facebook, and I'm going to
Yep.
be honest. I really think this is more of a religious thing
Yes.
than this is a political and religious propaganda. I'm just going to say it. That's why I had to put it out there. That's just my personal belief. I
Agree.
think it's kind of to block the truth of what what
Mhm.
actual disclosure is.
Oh yeah, it's using fear, making people
Yeah.
afraid. But yeah, it's a totally different feeling.
And I'm a totally different field.
Mm-hmm. No, it's like a tingly feeling. It's a calming feeling. And I'm not saying for every experiencer it's that way. There's a lot of experiences out there that aren't like that. But I don't know. It's not. I don't think it's evil.
No, it's just not human. And the
Yeah.
definition, the not human vibe, it took me, how many years have I been talking to you guys now? 2? I mean, about
Longer
this
than
stuff.
that.
Was it
Yeah.
1 or 2? I can't remember.
Longer.
Oh,
At least
at
a
least
couple.
It's been years, I said. It took me a long time to get that into my head, is that I'm viewing it in a human viewpoint, because I am a human, as far as I know. But stuff that they do that maybe we see as a human being, it's not going to be a human. They're not being human back. They're being what they are back. And I think that
we're
the learning process
anthropomorphizing
on their side as well, which is why those early experiencers, like our friend Deb, and maybe all of you, had these terrifying, really bad things going on. And now, as time has gone by, it's not like that anymore. So they've also evolved in dealing with us as
Mhm.
we've evolved believing in them.
Yeah.
So there's more of an understanding between the two. And I don't think that demons would bother with that.
No. No. And I think too, it's a really good point, because if you think about it, or at least for me, when I really started digging deep into the spiritual work and really started getting deep into meditation, at first it would freak me out, only because when you open up like that, you feel everything come in. And what are you conditioned to believe? That it's evil. So I think it's the same feel, like Dana said, where it just doesn't feel human. So you automatically think it's bad, and it's not necessarily that way. It just feels different.
Right. And that was very hard for me to get my head around that when I first started talking, because I was like, I'm still not big on mantis, just so we're getting that out in the open, and that's all I'll say. But this other stuff, though, too, I have to remember that they're not human coming at me with human emotions. It's like dealing with a cat. They're not looking at me with a human emotion. As putting my emotions onto an animal is not correct, because they have their own. I'm trying to say it right, and it's not coming out right, but they're different.
Right.
But at least
Doesn't
they're
make
not
them bad or demonic.
No, not at all. It's
Right.
obviously they're doing this for a reason, and that reason may very well be saving us from something even worse down the road, or perpetuating something that wouldn't be able to perpetuate without them or us. So we don't know.
Right.
That's why it's cool. We're trying to figure it out.
I know. Hopefully one day.
Thank y'all for taking one for the team.
Anytime.
I think we're getting closer to figuring it out. I think
we are too.
It definitely makes sense that there's a lot more unity right, than what there used to be.
Mhm.
You know, Mary was talking about people that were taken, 60, 70 years ago. A lot of those experiences, well, Dana was too, were terrifying, partly because we don't know. There's no understanding. But, other beings have evolved with us, and we are becoming more aware that, there's a mission here, and that mission is to become more one, right? The law of one. Maybe they're not human, but many beings on this planet are not human, including our cats and our dogs. And,
Oh, never mind.
Well, there's some information out there that talks about how some of the Greys that when they got into the sixth dimension, they kind of got rid of their emotions, and that really ended up being bad for them because they, and I think maybe some of these sixth dimensional Greys they're talking about who maybe were abducting us didn't have the emotion. They didn't consider the emotion that we were going through when we were going through those experiences. But their goal is to get back their emotion because they realized that it was not good, not to have emotion. So I think it's a learning process for not only for us but for them too, in trying to reconnect with their emotions and being more nicer about what they do, and figure out like maybe some anesthesia or whatever, alien anesthesia. But
That's my new term of the day. The
Yeah,
term of the day is.
so anyway, maybe like I said, maybe they did figure that out. Where in the past, no, they didn't care how you were feeling. You were frightened and scared, shitless, and they weren't thinking about that. They were just doing what they wanted to do. So hopefully that's changed, and I think it has just by talking to people like you said, my age, and talking to somebody who's 30, So
It could be too, the raising of consciousness. As people evolve, it's just easier to connect. You don't have to do things the hard way. Sort of like solar power. If you like solar power, you don't have to shove the batteries in the ass, right? It's just comes on like magic. Just woohoo! Could be something like that where the light just naturally comes on. I don't know why I said that at all.
I used to have you guys remember
to lighten it, literally.
A doll called Baby Go Bye Bye, and that is where the batteries went. Never mind. I digress again.
bye bye.
Okay. Are you guys ready for this next one? We try to get what they look like.
Okay.
Kind of dark grayish skin, dark greenish grayish skin. We're both pretty tall, and dark black pupils from what I can see through the corner of my eyes, but white around, like almost like a human eye, but just the pupil, like the inside is all dark. I'm not seeing like a normal nose, like we have almost flat noses. Very, very small slit-like ear.
What I'd like you to do now is ask them what they're doing there.
I, it's almost like I keep hearing we're just stopping by to say hi. Like they have no purpose other than to just see me. And
Ask
so-
them then if they're only stopping by to say hi, then why do they have the light on your third eye?
Because maybe he was coming out of his third eye to meet them and say hi. I'm making a rhyme like Dr. Seuss. I don't mean to.
Or maybe that's the only way he can see him.
There you go. Because he's one of them, or at least half.
Or they're in
Well-
some different frequency and he has to be a certain vibration in order to perceive them.
Am I mistaken, or when he was describing them, did he say we have small slits for ears or something like that?
Uh-huh.
That we
I didn't.
really got me.
He's back and very back and forth. He slips back and forth between what he's seen and as if he's one of them.
Mhm.
Well, you know,
Very
I
interesting.
found that when I was communicated with by them, and I think this is why I got this idea in my head now. I have so much trouble with words, trying to make people really fully understand the things that I say, because to me, it's more efficient and more accurate for me to just go inside of you and have you be me and to experience all of what is in here, right? Rather than to speak it to you, just be you for a minute. And I think that I've come to the conclusion after all these years that that's like a side effect of communication from them, because that's how they communicate with me. So maybe he is in that same squirrel cage that I found myself in, because when they communicate with you the way I was communicated with, you're literally them and they are you. You don't hear words, you hear your own thoughts and ideas, and they help you put them together so that you understand what they're trying to tell you. It's a weird thing, but so, and that just occurred to me when I was hearing this. Maybe that's why he oscillates back and forth between I and them, because that's kind of how they communicate. You become them, or they go in you. They become you to pass this knowledge. Anyway, that's just a thought that popped in my head.
No, I agree
Probably
with that.
may not mean jack.
No, I agree with that. I think the pineal gland that is part of the way that one of its functions is to listen telepathically. That's where that communication goes on. And but I agree with you. Yeah, the best way is to merge your frequencies and become one the other, and that's probably true. So it's very interesting. We never really got into that until right now, after 100 and some broadcasts. But that makes perfect sense, and maybe
Well,
we should.
Maybe it wasn't time.
Yeah,
Everything
I haven't
happens
heard
when
the
it's
Morse
supposed
code
to.
yet. Waiting on the Morse code to kick in.
Right.
Well, you
Come on,
know,
guys.
Deb too, you're right. Maybe we really haven't discussed that whole idea of frequencies merging because we weren't ready to do that yet as a collective. But maybe that's where we're headed, is to be able to raise the frequency to be able to shift like that. Shift with an F. I don't know why. Like somebody in the back of my head said, say
You read
F.
my mind.
Oh boy.
Oh my
Mary's on a roll.
I think we shifted.
We did. We'll move on to the last clip.
Okay.
So this one we ask again. Okay, so if If you're just stopping by to say hi, what's the answer then? What is with the red light if that's just what they're doing? Give me 1 second.
And
Ask
it's
them then if they're only stopping by to say hi, then why do they have the light on your third eye?
I can't put it in. It's like they're like checking up on me, like doing a checkup. Like if I go to the doctor and they run tests, like almost like an X-ray feeling, or like when you get scanned. Like,
Can you
just
ask for me if they found anything in that scan?
I can only, these two words come up as not yet. Not
What are they
yet.
looking for in the scan?
I'm seeing like I keep seeing like a circuit board. Like if it's ready.
Mm.
There's it's hard. I feel like he's not ready. It's not ready.
So it wasn't ready at that time?
No, it's like a
So basically, were they checking to see if you were ready for certain information?
yes, yeah.
Okay, so what happens next?
They just fade away. I we do look at each other from their point of view. We look at each other and we fade away. And I don't go back to sleep or anything, but I lay there and it's like I sit up and it felt like a weird dream. Like I saw it for real, but it wasn't, and it's kind of like the details go away.
I thought, but did you say that was red light?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because that red light is healing, and that's fascinating because I thought, oh, they're looking to see if his wire harnesses are plugged in yet. Those new wire harnesses have snapped into place yet. And then I thought, oh, and I didn't even realize it was red until just then when I heard him say, or you said red. And I thought, 40 years ago, they told me that light could be used to heal and to travel and to nourish. And then I thought, I wonder if they're tweaking him. And also, like my eyes now, I have that macular degeneration. I've been doing that new LED red light therapy at the doctor, at the eye doctor. This is a new LED treatment with light that they shoot right into my eyes, and one of them's red. So that's a little tidbit of info. But so anyway, yeah, that's pretty cool. What's even cooler is that his reaction to it is so like me. He's reacting like a normal person would to an abnormal situation, and has no clue. I, on the other hand, am not normal, so I'm always going to be trying to figure it out.
You're not at a normal doctor.
No,
They're doing the
I'm not
red light
saying
thing.
anything about her not being normal.
shut up. That's okay. I'm the spice of life. I'm
Yes,
spicy.
you are.
And by the way, I won't give it away, but I did figure out who it is.
I don't know. I am clueless as to who it is.
I kind of recognize the voice, I think, but then again, it's
Right.
hard to tell.
I always try not to figure out who it is because I don't want that to, mess with what I'm getting.
Well,
But listen when he said he's not ready, that was then. Now he's digging into this information.
Yep.
He's ready. He's ready. I love it.
but yeah, he could be he could be a hybrid for sure.
It sure seems like it because they seem awful familiar with them. And by the way, Mary, with back to the graphics real quick, I really, really like the addition of these stars on the bedroom ceiling. Glow in the dark. Stars on the ceiling.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind
Our
of
son
cool.
has
too.
those.
My son had those too.
They're fun.
But no, they seemed, I mean, maybe that's part of him wasn't real panicky because he knows who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Not their first rodeo.
I personally have a rough time with the red light stuff for very long. I try to do some red light. What do you call that? Paranormal investigation. You use the red lights. I can't remember. Anyway, I can't stay in there very long and do that with a red light. But other colors I can, but not red for a long time.
Not infrared. Is that what you're talking about?
No, just not. It's anyway. They have a red light in the room, and everybody concentrates. And
Oh, okay.
you've seen that?
Yeah, I don't know what
Yeah.
it's called.
We
but I
do.
know what you're talking about.
We just used the red light because it was less. It was made it easier for your eyes to adjust to the darkness without like blowing them out completely.
Right. But I can do it for a little while, but after a while, I have to leave.
So now I'm wondering, since Deb said they use red light for the healing on the eyes, did he have eye issues when he was younger?
Oh, I don't know.
And, was there some healing done? Was there something done so he didn't lose his vision? I mean, I'm just
Could
grabbing
be.
at straws here, but yeah, this is an
That's a good
amazing
point.
regression.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff in here. A lot of good stuff. I do want to say, can I do a real quick plug, Mary?
Yes.
Anybody that's listening live will be doing panel at Photographs this coming weekend in Home Lake. So just wanted to throw that out there because we love doing our thing.
Got fun game. We got a fun. Well, I think it's a fun game. I don't know if everybody else will, but I guess as long as I'm laughing.
Yeah, some people might think it's kind of shifty with an F.
With an F?
Sorry.
Thank you for clarifying.
Would that be 50? 50 with an F?
Oh,
No, the F is.
well, yeah. Yeah.
I was 50 once.
As was I.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where this person is going with all of this because I just feel like, do you know, Mary, has he been going through a big shift in his life personally?
From just, I don't think like a huge shift like in lifestyle or, life changes like that, but his spiritual growth in that path, yes. Like things are starting to open up and just, feedback from him after the regression was, I'm starting to realize a lot of things that not so much he didn't know, but they're starting to make sense. We all know those aha moments where we like, oh, we always knew that, but we didn't make the connection, I guess. Mm-hmm. So he's starting to make the connections.
Cool.
I really appreciate you both using the word shift multiple times during that conversation you just had. without verifying it was with an F.
Gotta have fun, right?
Ah,
We're being very serious. We shifted into the serious.
Yeah.
shit.
Well, I mean, yeah, we're serious, but you know, we talked about this in earlier seasons. I believe the first season, you know, that sometimes this can be so heavy that you kind of do have to find the humor.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's a bad thing. What was that?
That was my phone doing weird shit. So apologies. And my husband is outside mowing. I don't know if you can hear that too, but he just decided this was a good
I thought
time.
we were having a real shift.
I'm like, I know. I was just waiting for the F.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was my chair answering me for some reason. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
We've graduated from Morse code to voice.
Talking chairs.
The voices.
Talking chairs. I feel like I'm in a Disney
All sorts of
movie.
weird stuff.
I feel like I'm on another planet.
Maybe
So
you are.
they've taken us all
They probably
together.
have.
You're so lucky.
Go somewhere
I'm
fun.
ready.
You might
So
have
are we
to-
going to will we continue with this same
Yeah,
gentleman
we
next
need more of
time?
this guy.
With his, that was it. Like that was his. It was
He
a
faded
perfect
away.
expression. It was like all of it right there.
Tell
I
him
can't
he needs to do
remember.
more.
I can't remember if I tapped into subconscious with him, but if I did, we'll use that one too. That's always a fun one, to tap it into the subconscious. Hi, kitty, kitty, kitty.
He has to make his little debut. He just wants to be snuggled right now. So
Is that your new baby?
no, he wouldn't be able to sit still this long. This is the old man. This is a 14-year-old squeakers.
Oh.
Squeakers.
Look at his ears just went. There you
Hold
go.
your head up. There you go.
I personally want to thank this guy for allowing, not only doing the regression, but allowing us to use it, because it's really a good one.
Yeah, that was very interesting.
Yep.
All
Apparently,
right.
squeakers is thinking so too now.
Yeah.
Have a good day, you guys.
Love you all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.